Wagwan sports fans, welcome back to another very special episode. I'm your host Joe Man,
I'm Rush.
and this is This or That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting, and riveting sports topics, discussions, and debates on the internet.
Yes, people, but before we get into today's video, don't forget to like this one, leave a comment, and subscribe to This or That Sports TV. And one more thing for us, though.
Share the video to at least 10 people, but ensure to get to 6 subscribers, because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, you know how many subscribers will get us by the end of the day, people.
One whole heap. Well, people, welcome to our first 2023 Manning Cup show. And this is where we'll be talking about results, games, and all that happening in schoolboy football. So it's more the schoolboy football show than the Manning Cup show. Even though we're mainly based in the the urban area, we'll talk about Manning Cup more so. But people, this is a show that we'll be doing multiple times a week. Sometimes it will be a live, sometimes it will be a pre-recorded video, because we have to work in the days and actually go to the games. So this is a show. Tell us if you like it, tell us what you'd like to see on the show, and how we can improve the channel. Also, easy. So, first one.
Yeah, this is the first show, bro. The first one. Obviously, the Reggae Boys really had us busy. It's a handful. By the way, people go and check out the Reggae Boys content. This international win, we got 4 points and we scored 3 goals. I think we could have done much better on that front, but we didn't lose and we moved. But because of that win, though, obviously, we have to give the national team some love. We didn't really get to attack the schoolboy football from the front like how we normally have. But people, everybody gone back to England and America and yeah, everybody has gone. And the only thing left for us is our beloved schoolboy football.
Yes, sir. I will talk about it. Just let me bring up the groups real quick so that we can dissect them. And talk about what we expect.
When I say me, you always use some big word. Like
you never go to school.
But I'm saying, are you brighter? You try to say you're brighter than nobody? Make you try
are you in any position to accuse anybody of using big words? Are you in any position? People might laugh at least 3 or 4 today. Just because. Probably out of context too. but let's do it. Alright, so in Group A of the Manning Cup, we have Hydel, Calabar, Charlie Smith, Camperdown, Penwood, and Kingston College. A group where I'm not sure what will happen.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure what will happen. Now, I've heard that Hydel has improved. Calabar, I'm expecting them to improve.
Yeah.
Just before we even talk about games that already happened, Charlie Smith, good season last year, I'm expecting them to improve.
For sure.
Camperdown, fired their coach. Got in
a weird season last season, but ended on a high.
And the season before that was a really good season.
Yeah.
Weird. They're having a remodeling down there, with Coach Liber Taliman and Karuna Hugh, taking over, leaving from Timothy Gardens to Camperdown. And we have Penwood, not sure what to expect from Penwood, but I'm sure we'll get to them at some point. And Kingston College, I'm expecting to put up a fight this year, but from what I'm seeing from the first game, I can't say I expect much from Kingston College. I didn't expect that. So this group, bro, what are you feeling about this group? Some competent teams, some teams that should be, making, late runs into the Manning Cup season. What are you expecting?
Definitely a lot of traditional names. Besides Penwood, and then obviously recently, Idle, second. Penwood, which by the way, mother and Martha, so big up to Penwood, you get me?
You up to Penwood every time.
Always. But besides Penwood, like these are all schools that are renowned for athletic excellence. Whether it be historically or in recent times, in the case of Hydel, all of these schools are schools that are known for sporting excellence. Calabar, historic, Charlie Smith, Manning Cup traditionalist. Camperdown, a big school, the likes of Damien Lowe, and attended there. And then Kingston College, you need not to speak of the men from North Street. So this group, based on name alone, seems already like the group to watch.
Yeah, but this is an extended season. This is a season where more teams are coming in from last season, and I'm expecting that coming out being 2 years removed from COVID, I'd say, or from lockdown and school being in a crazy position. So I'm expecting more teams to enter the Manning Cup this year, and more teams are. So we probably have multiple groups up there. Groups where you never know what will happen, and it's a coin toss at any given day who will win. And this is definitely one of the groups because I feel like Kingston College level has dropped. Calabar level should step up. Hydel level should step up. Charlie Smith is already good. Camperdown level should step up. So there is no clear winner of this group. And let's talk about some of the fixtures so far. I know that.
Yeah, because we normally make group predictions and we have some insights, we have some assistance considering that one match has already passed. So we can use that to help us make our predictions, of course. But as I said, we can speak about some of the shocking fixtures that have went on in this group.
There we go. So Heidel and Kingston College played on Tuesday. KC took a 4-1 beating. Heidel.
There was one point of emphasis last season.
No, 4-0 beating, sorry.
There's a point of emphasis last season. And his name was Dejan Richards.
Yeah.
And he was one of the 23 reasons why we haven't delved into schoolboy football as much as we should have. Think about that.
Yeah, for sure.
He's at that level and no longer at KC. I think he single-handedly dragged KC to all that they accomplished last season. Without a doubt. That was all him, through and through.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking, if I was supposed to name Kingston College 5 best players from last season, none of them are still there. You know, including, let's say five main factors, including the coach. So Raymond Watson isn't there, who is a good coach. Dejan Richards isn't there, who is their best player and the best player in schoolboy football last year.
He's the best player in schoolboy football history.
Alright. We have Nashard Gibbs, who is not at Kingston College right now. I think he's on his way to Jamaica College. We see Blaine Bayam, who should be overseas in college right now. This Samuel Shakes, who is no longer there. Their midfielder number 8, name escaped me. Big thick dude. Mattis. Not there anymore. So Roger Taylor, not there.
What's going on?
Kingston College lost all their main players. And players who should, they told me 2 years ago that this was a young team. So expect much to come. They still have Robert CEO and the goalkeeper.
And the young wing back.
They still have Beckham.
Who's the star man on the team right now.
But I don't see the firepower. Especially judging from last season and those players that stood out and I'm expecting to come and stand out again this year are not there. Now Samuel Shakes are still playing in America somewhere. So it's weird with Kingston College. Camperdown, I watched them yesterday against Charlie Smith. They lost that game 1-0. They don't look as good as last year.
People go and watch that game. It's on their channel.
Yeah. They don't look as good as last year. They look to also have lost a lot of their good players. Seems like a rebuild there. But again, I can't quote out Coach Libre Taliman and Karim Yu. They know what they're doing and they know how to get everything out of the players that they have. So, Camperdown, I'm still watching them. Charlie Smith, spoke to Eugene Williams yesterday. I can tell you he was upset with the game. He thought Charlie Smith was way better than Camperdown. I can tell you Charlie Smith was way better than Camperdown. They had so many chances. They got into so many dangerous positions and just couldn't manage to get more than one goal. Mind you, they scored the first goal in under 10 minutes. As the game kicked off, they scored the first goal. So, Charlie Smith, a good team in the group, and one of the teams I expect to make a good push. Calabar, I haven't seen them yet. They beat Penwood 1-0. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know how good the Penwood team is, but I would predict Calabar to beat Penwood more than 1-0. So,
sorry, people.
I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
Hey.
I don't know what's going on.
Hey, you said it. But 3 teams already won in this group. Heidel, Calabar, and Charlie Smith. Camperdown, Penwood, and KC getting off to a poor start. But that's Group A. So let's go to Zone B, Kingston Technical, Jamaica College, Meadowbrook High School, Spanish Town High School, Cumberland High, and Tivoli Gardens High School. What going on in the group?
As I said, we see a Kingston Technical School who are also rebuilding, after the devastating loss last season to their starman, Macon Aldridge. They had kind of a rough go at it. But we spoke to their coach and he seemed like they were in a rebuilding phase. And I can't wait to go back down there to see where they are at this point in their developmental process. But they managed to win on match day number 1. And they're matching up themselves strongly against a formidable Jamaica College, who we saw on opening night. And that Tivoli team, though losing their first game, is going to be making a lot of waves going forward in this season. For sure. Yeah. Very good performance against JC, don't you think?
For sure. But Jamaica College, although they won that game, and mind you, I was impressed by Tivoli Gardens last year. I just feel like they were in the game and they're actually better than last season. I can tell that from the first game. Their goalkeeper,
last season they were so good.
They won the Walker Cup. Their goalkeeper, Shakur Adair, you're going to like him. That kid knows how to keep that goal. And he stopped JC from scoring more goals, yes. But I feel like their defense is so big and strong, and they're going to get better as the season progresses. Coach Christopher Nicholas, big kudos. That was not a 2-2 game because Tivoli deserved at least one goal out of that game. They got fouled so many times. They got in so many dangerous positions also, as much as JC did. But they just couldn't manage to have that that finesse that you need you have to put goals behind Jamaica College.
Yeah.
We know what a Davian Ferguson team offers, and that is not a that team is never leaky. You know, that defense is always sturdy, so you have to come good to beat them. So you might get in dangerous position in and around their box, but they're going to have a good goalkeeper. We'll get to that situation. They're going to have a good defense. They're going to have a good midfield. So it's going to take something to break them down. Let's speak about their goalkeeper, Jamaica College. Because right now, I'm not going to call Jamaica College out. They're going to win the Manning Cup until I see different. You know, I made that mistake last year, not giving Jamaica College their just do until quarter-final round, which is rookie of me. You know, so this year I'm going to just keep Jamaica College at the top of my mind until I see other teams that have something to say about that. I think Stgc will have something to say about it, but I'm not jumping the gun just yet.
Mona High School
will have something to say about it. But talk about Jamaica College and the recruitment of Tawin Lynch.
Alright, Lynch. So we saw Lynch represent Jamaica at the under 17 levels recently.
Yep.
You know, he played a couple of games. He shared the position with Joshua Grant, who's an Inter Miami young goalkeeper. And Tawin Lynch, a solid goalkeeper, you know, relatively good size, you know, diminutive, good on his feet. And I spoke to him after some friendly matches earlier this year versus Trinidad and Tobago, asking him where does he stand with schoolboy football. He's never played schoolboy football before. You know, he just applied his trade at the club level, and I was like, are we going to see you in schoolboy football by any chance? He's like, watch and see.
Yeah, I spoke to him at the game. I'm not sure if you saw the interview. I asked him about, you know, going to JC, because I believe a goalkeeper like Tawin Lynch can go to, he could have. He wanted to go to Clarendon College. He could have.
Mona,
yeah, Mona might be the one.
And as I said, Tivoli, maybe not too.
Maybe not Tivoli.
Yeah.
But other than that, and who to tell? He could be better than these goalkeepers that are at these teams. But I'm just saying he could make any team in the Manning Cup and put him for a good shot for starting.
Yeah.
So going to
make
Jamaica College
and could start in 90% of that.
There we go. So I asked him, what about Jamaica College? You know, and it seems like, you know, he's already getting the blue blood. He said, this is where champions go to school. The champions go to school at Jamaica College. So, you know, let's see the type of season that Tawin Lynch has in the Manning Cup. I'm expecting him to have a standout season. You know, if he's going to take that next step, you know, go and prove himself. We see players like Dejan Richards and Romain Blake and, you know, those players.
Shakwa and Satchel
take on the Manning Cup to show their skill. They already had these, you know, talents. We saw Romain Blake in under 20 before the Manning Cup. We saw Whisper competing for Phoenix before the Manning Cup and going to England and standing out. But use the Manning Cup as a springboard rather, to push you up to the next level. So Tawin Lynch, I'm expecting to have a season like that. Not quite like Whisper, but you know, other players at a lesser level.
At the end of the season, Tawin Lynch should be looking heavily to clinch the This or That Sports TV's goalkeeper.
And if you're Tawin Lynch, you should be a goalkeeper this season. I'm sure other people have something to say about it, but as far as mentality go, that's how he should see himself as the best goalkeeper in the Manning Cup. Alright, Zone C, we have Haile Selassie, Eltham, Dunoon, Jonathan Grant, Denham Town, and Greater Portmore. A so-so group by name, but I'm seeing teams that made it to the second round last year, and I'm expecting to have good season again. How do you feel about Zone C?
Well, I was a big fan of Haile Selassie from last season. There's no secret about
Won their first game.
Yep.
10 goals to name.
Haile Selassie won our surprise team of the season.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so think about that.
Yeah.
Mona High School won the surprise team of the season the year before.
Then they
came through and did massive things. Last year, Haile Selassie won the war. This year, that Sports TV's surprising team of the season. But we'll see from them. Joshua Duarte starting off leading his team as he did last season. Surprised that he's still there. You know, loyalty means a lot to some people. And he's going forward and he's playing some good football and he's gotten them off to a very good start.
Yeah. Haile Selassie is a program. Obviously, you've expressed that you like this program. You know, just for what they are, an inner city school that is, a lot of people will say punching above their weight, especially in last year's competition. They went and they fought. Especially, you know, in the second round. They really fought. So I respect Haile Selassie. I expect them to be formidable in this year's competition. 10 goals against Greater Portmore High. Again, not sure what to expect from Greater Portmore, but putting 10 goals past any team. The good teams put 10 to 15 goals past the worst teams.
Yeah.
So even if, you know, Greater Portmore is nothing to speak of, putting 10 goals past them is something. You know, scoring 4 or 5, that's what average teams do. But the JCs and the Georgians, they're just going to score double digits against the worst team. So that's a good sign for Haile Selassie. Jonathan Grant also made it to the second round last year, bouncing to St. George's College, I think. I said it last year, I'm going to say it again. Jonathan Grant is a school that makes it to the second round. You know, going past that, I can't say, but again, just expecting them to be in a team that makes it to the second round.
Yeah, their first fixture was postponed due to inclement weather.
Yeah.
The field was very bad. And it was very soaked and waterlogged. So I'm curious to see how they will fare when they get started.
Yeah, then I'm told they weren't in the competition last year. Also, Greater Portmore and Eltham, also newcomers in the competition. Well, not newcomers, but rejoining the competition. Let's see what they have to offer. Yeah. We can't speak much on them people because we didn't cover them last year because they weren't in the competition. So we can't give you as much insight as we could on a team like Haile Selassie and Jonathan Grant, which we went on about. So, Group C, a decent group.
Big ups to Issa, by the way. Look at this, bro.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if this website is run by Issa, but whoever runs this insight, I'm sure we'll have to get clearance on Issa. So, big up to them. Alright, Zone D, which I believe is a good group. We see stats in that group: Excelsior, Tarrant, Cedar Grove, Cloncarty, and Bridgeport. Teams, again, that we've seen, not afraid to state they claim the Manning Cup stats make it to the semi-final or final in the last 6 years. Which is
Stats is a big team.
Stats is a big side at this point. Yeah. Excelsior, a team that also makes it to the quarterfinals. You know, you can just chalk it up. Yeah, they just make it to the quarterfinal round. That's what Excelsior does. Tarrant High School looking to take another step. I spoke to them this year. People, look out for the Tarrant High School Manning Cup team feature dropping maybe in hours, but no later than 24 hours. Cedar Grove, they were in the competition last year, didn't put up much fight. Cloncarty didn't put up much fight, but Bridgeport is a school that doesn't need Manning Cup also. So let's see what Bridgeport have to offer, conceding 6 goals but they conceded 6 goals to the finalists. So I can't say that they're great, but just traditionally.
Concede 6 goals, man. You're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble. So Bridgeport, again, traditionally is a team that can beat a lot of teams on their day. So big up to Bridgeport. Zone E, we're trying to do these zones. We have Edith Dalton James, Mona High School, St. Catherine High, Holy Trinity High, Innswood, Norman Manley, and St. Mary's College. After that, I can see 7 teams in this group, so I'm expecting a best third to come from this group. Could be best
start. Frustrating thing in this group. Apparently, the first game was Mona away to Norman Manley.
You tossed it.
Norman Manley didn't show up.
What do you feel about that?
That's not okay.
What do you feel about it?
That's not okay.
Yeah.
Norman Manley showed down, and I think will be disqualified from the competition. You can't not show up.
Yeah, you have to show up to your games.
Because as we see, atop the zone right now is Edith Dalton with a goal difference of +7 after absolutely annihilating St. Mary's.
St. Mary's College is a topic violation, bro. Oh God, man. We can't wait till Mona see them.
But the thing is, what's to stop St. Mary's College from not showing up?
What is the top St. Mary's College?
So that's the thing that I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because everybody will think they can beat.
Mona High School very, very clearly believed that they would have beaten Norman Manley 10-0.
Yeah.
Which would then put them to the top of the zone.
And clearly Norman Manley also believe that they would have lost this game more than by 3 goals. And I'm assuming that most of these teams think that they can beat Edith Dalton James. But Edith Dalton James showed St. Mary's College don't play with it. And
bro, we went to Edith last year. Last year Edith wasn't a joke team either.
Yeah.
Last year Edith put some good performances together.
Yeah.
Edith did not get violated last year. Edith won some games last season. Edith was a solid team and a very good program in my opinion. And we will be going back there again to update you guys on their progress. But Edith is not at school to be tried for this.
Yeah.
And it's shown their first big result.
Yeah. But in this group I'm expecting Mona to come out on top. Expecting Mona to make a deep run in the competition again and have something to say about my prediction to win the Manning Cup. St. Catherine High
will come out the zone.
I'm
curious to see how Edith Dalton and Holy Trinity, who is yet to start their campaign, goes about business this season.
Yeah.
Holy Trinity always comes up with some ballers.
Yeah. Every now and then they say Holy Trinity making a deep run in schoolboy football. So looking out for that.
But Mona High School, another team, with the goalkeeper who I probably don't think Turin Lynn should have been able to dispossess.
Yeah.
Who I believe should have played for Jamaica at the youth level.
Yeah.
Akeem Bernard.
Yep.
It's a bit older than Turin Lynch. Turin Lynch has 2 more years in schoolboy football. This is Akeem Bernard.
Don't want to see him play 2 more though.
This is Akeem Bernard's final year. and he'll be leading the men of Mona Road out again for the third consecutive season. Imagine that, captain in their school for 3 seasons straight.
Yeah.
Big accomplishment.
For sure.
Mona will try to push it over the top this season.
Yes,
They
sir.
will you will see the likes again of Romario Garden or Robina Garden, that's Itis and Kishane and
Dante Peralta.
yeah, Carlton Brown, like
Denzel Washington McKenzie.
and
All
top
top
Denzel
players.
Washington McKenzie is going to be, you know, the center point, the linchpin of their attack this
As
season,
he should be.
as he should be. Mona are going to be a good team, one of the contenders again, without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about Zone F. That's a zone. St. George's College won their game 16-0. Then we see Jose Martin, Champion College, Waterford, Arden High, and Pembroke High School. First of all, St. George's College, behave yourself.
Oh god.
You know, stop it right now. You could have made some substitutions and rotated. Who's to say that they didn't?
I'm sure they did.
Oh my god, man, 16-0 versus Pembroke Hall. Now coming back, they initially entered the season last year, but dropped out of the competition. I think they didn't play their first game, but they were registered for the competition. Pembroke Hall was. But they're officially here. They played their first game. Underwhelming. St. George's College, I'm expecting to have a bounce back season. They made it to the quarterfinal last year. I think the next step is to make it to the
George's
final.
College has a Brian Burkett, who we saw captaining this
Adrian
team
Reed.
2 seasons ago. We saw Adrian Reed, who is, these are 6 formers
Top
now.
players, yeah.
Right, so these guys are now at the very, very, very
You have to
peak
do it now.
of their powers at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point. You know, we've seen them as young kids. Matthew Spence is another one from last season who is coming here to lead their line this season, and I'm expecting a much more. The goalkeeper as well.
Mhm.
I don't remember his name, but he's coming back again. You know, I had him very high before the season, and during the season he kind of faltered, he kind of wavered. I think his confidence took a big ding.
Mhm.
But I think going into this season now, I think he'll come back bigger and stronger and just better than he was last season.
Yeah.
This season, St. George's College are going to be a team.
Yeah, if you look on the top goal scorer so far, 3 St. George's College players. Up there you have Matthew Spence with 4 goals, Adrian Reed with 3 goals, Brian Burkett with 3 goals. Crazy.
Brian Burkett and Adrian Reed are going to be professional footballers.
Yeah.
Matthew Spence is going to play at Division 1 level.
I agree with it. Campion, who was a really good team last year, made it to the second round. Lost a lot of their players, bro. They also lost Sky Miles. He's overseas. They lost their number 10. He's overseas also. So I'm not sure what to expect from Campion, but guess what they're telling me is that we're just going to pump out another 14-year-old that you're going to speak about. That's word for word. That's what they said. That's what they said. So yes, I understand that you guys like Kai, but this season you're just going to talk about another 14 or 15-year-old. I promise you. So I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, Campion College is connected to Kingston Football Academy, who, you know, will have a numerous players up there that are capable of, you know, building a good team for Campion College. So I'm expecting Campion to be decent again. I want to see some games. I don't know what to expect from them. Drew their first game, 1-0, so 0-0, sorry. But yeah, I can't say much about Campion because their team is not the same. You know, so the people also look out for Campion College's Manning Cup team feature coming this week. Is it?
And Jose Martin, another surprise team of the season last season.
Yeah.
Coming through, you know, losing their captain and their outstanding goalkeeper, but I mean, obviously retaining a squad.
Yeah.
Obviously being very good. You know, looking good, beating Arden High School 4-0, but Arden High School has never been formidable.
Yeah.
The last time Arden was formidable in Manning Cup was when I played for them.
There's a little in the sticks. I like. Anyway, Zone G, we have Wilmer, St. Jago, Ascot, Vauxhall, Donald Quarry, and Papine. Off the bat, I can see Ascot and Donald Quarry returning to the Manning Cup. Wilmer's, I want to believe will have a good season. St. Jago also, I want to believe will have a good season.
Wilmers is another team who's had players, young players playing for the last couple of seasons, coming to a crescendo. You know, that's I think where they want to get to this season. The St. George's College and the Wilmers are 2 schools that, you know, have had youth stars for the last couple of years, and this year it's no longer we are young.
Yeah.
This year we are 6th formers, and at this point we need to play like 6th formers. Somebody told me that the team who wins the Manning Cup is the team who has the most 6th formers.
I believe it.
And that's a solid point.
Yeah. The bigger, more experienced team usually wins the Manning Cup. You know, so if you look at the track record. Last year was JC, the year before that was Kingston College, and 2 years removed from that it was Kingston College. All teams that had
19-year-olds. The team with the most 19-year-olds.
Straight up. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what Wolmer's and St. Diego can offer in this year's Manning Cup. Can't say much about Ascot, can't say much about Donald Corey, but Vauxhall and Papine are teams in the same light, I'd say. Teams that
We're going to file them though.
Yeah, we're gonna see what going. But again, these teams were into the competition last year. So.
Last year Vauxhall had some young talent as well.
Yeah, so I want to see more from Vauxhall. I liked how the Vauxhall players spoke to us last year. So hopefully their talent can match that this year. Papine, they were not great last year. In a group with Mona, they got some violations. So let's see what Papine has to offer. And those are the groups and all the teams for this year's Manning Cup. Bro, what I want is, I like when a season is, you know, there's a lot of players that we can talk about. Yeah, last year we saw the Manning Cup being built on the backs of Dejan Richards and Romain Blake and David Davidson and Shaquan Satchel. Like, I can call so many names. You know, we saw the D Cup being built on, you know, the whole CC and Lennon and Manning. Yeah, and Lennon and a few players.
A few Manning players.
Not Lennon, sorry, Manning.
Yeah.
So I want to see the players that will lead the Manning Cup and have their names being called on the schoolboy football show every week. You know, I'm putting Brian Burkett in there to do that.
I am Matthew Spence, the Georgie striker. Joshua Dwyer.
Yep, putting those players in the hat to do that. Excited about Nashar the Gibbs at JC. I think he walks into that starting 11 just from what I saw on Saturday. I think he'll offer something big to that team. I mentioned it to Coach Ferguson. You know, and he tried to dodge it. But yeah, expecting a lot from Nashar the Gibbs. You know, a big addition, let's talk about it. Jamaican College not only added to their team, they added to their technical staff. They got former Kingston College head coach Raymond Watson. And, yes people, just a couple blocks down the road, Winston Taylor from Mona High School is now at Jamaican College as one of the assistant coaches. What do you make
Last season, Winston Taylor played a big fundamental part in Mona's success. He was on the bench and Craig Butler had some medical issues. Winston Taylor was somebody who was definitely helping in their fundamental and technical development, you know, as a unit, Phoenix and Mona High School. You know, we spoke to him and he spoke articulate and eloquent last season. You know, Mr. Taylor is very good at knowing
and I think he's a good coach. I've been close to their bench, you know, whenever covering games. And I can hear him speak to the team. I can hear him telling them to. Obviously, Craig Butler is a brilliant football mind, and we've always said that. But Winston Taylor, people, he's no. Obviously, he's the Robin to Craig Butler's Batman. I know the Robin to David Ferguson, but I believe he's a good coach.
Yeah, and I think the young man will get his own technical area one day.
Yeah, for sure. Especially at this level.
Yeah.
Coach Raymond Watson, we know what he is. You know, those Kingston College teams that, you know, won the Manning Cup, he was a big part of that. You know, he was a sidekick to Coach Ludlow Bernard, and Coach Ludlow Bernard would tell you a lot of times. You know, that's how Stumpy. You know, whenever you ask him about the team and they share the props. So Raymond Watson and Winston Taylor joining the JC team just again put them over the top, man. You know, I don't expect to see a lot of mistakes from them. I don't expect to see a lot of tactical errors.
JCFC, man.
Yeah, see, I like it, you know. I can't say I hate it. You know, a lot of these, I like when players get the opportunity.
In America, you have a few schools: Mater Dei, Oak Hill, Sierra Canyon, just to name a few. The one in Florida, I don't remember what them called. It will come back to me soon. But these are like academies where athletes go to hone their talents and to get better. And then matriculate to university or to the pros. There's absolutely nothing wrong with mixing academics with academic football. And that's exactly what Jamaica College is. It provides the kids a chance to go to school and get an education as basic or as extensive as the individual wants it to be. Because the likes of Xavier Davidson, who left JC with one heap of subjects, you know, as compared to others who might only get 4 or 5 that are leaving just to play football. Regardless of what you want, JC provides the opportunity that caters to everybody's needs, while also having them on a strict diet, strict workout plan, strict sleep regimen, technical development, and just cultural development.
Take care of them, just generally take care of them. But What I don't like about the recruiting, because obviously generally it's a concept that I like. You know, you have players far and wide all across the nation that just, cheap of talent, but just won't be able to harness that talent because they're not in the right situation. And coming to the urban area or some of the better teams in the Dakar Cup, they will get that opportunity. So I like it. But the part I don't like is when these players treat school like a club or like an academy. And we know some of these players are not going to school. It happens. Obviously, I'm not going to accuse anybody of doing anything, but we know that it happens, and that's the part that I want to cut out. All the players should be able to read, write, do a proper interview, that so that you won't be taken for an idiot whenever it's time to go pro. Romain Blake, brilliant kid, a really good football mind, and also whenever you speak to me, gives a good interview, and he's very clear in what he wants to say. You mentioned Xavier Davidson, Blaine Bayam. These players. What's the midfielder for Mona that we like? Damoy midfield. These players that, I'm not saying they need to be the sharpest tool in the shed, but at the same time, I don't like the players that, I understand everybody won't be academically inclined and for whatever factors that contributed to that. But I need these schools to make a better effort to make sure that these players are actually going to school. Obviously, you need them to. Some players need to focus on athletics focus on sports more than their school. I have no problems with that. But you need to also focus on the school. You have players, you have students that need to focus on their school, right? Who are also competent in sports, but we know that you're going to stop at the D1 level. You just don't have what it takes to make it to the next level. You understand? So I just want them to find a better balance. We see too many players come out. Are you saying
that Jamaica College wants such school?
I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but I can tell you, we've been around these teams and we've done features on these teams and interview with these players, and I can tell you, apart from being uncomfortable in front of the camera, some of these players are just, you can tell that they just don't take school very serious. I'm not going to pinpoint JC or a KC or a Moon I'm not going to pinpoint any schools, but any other schools. But I'm going to tell you that it happens. And that's the part that I don't like. But I understand everybody won't be a student that gets 12 ones in CSEC, and I'm okay with it, actually. But school is that first. It's a school. Players, they will have different talents when you go to school, and it's the school's job to foster that talent, whatever it may be. But you need to take a school work serious. So that's just the part of recruitment that I say is not my favorite thing. But you want to make predictions? I feel like it's too early to make predictions. This is the first show. I want to see some of the teams first, but I feel like it'll be a good schoolboy football season.
All I can tell you is, I think Mona High School are going to do very well. And I think so because I don't think Craig has as much talent as he had last season. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to be more orthodox in the way he approaches football this season. I think that's going to cause him to get good results. In addition to the talent that he does have, is still ridiculous.
I think they're
still one of the most talented teams.
I think Craig Butler is a stubborn coach. And it works in his favor sometimes, and sometimes I believe it works against him. I don't believe he'll change the system.
So this season he doesn't have Daniel Mitchell, but him have Itis and him have Portion. That's Carlton Brown and Robina Gordon.
Different centre backs than Daniel Mitchell.
Different centre backs. Still good centre backs. Still played all the games last season.
There's a better midfield.
What we won't see is none of them being played as a forward. Yeah. So we'll be seeing two conventional central defenders, I think.
Will we still be seeing Dante Peralta as a forward?
I don't think so. I think we'll have two solid wing backs because now you have Tariq Newhead will be back in the program. Sean Layton will be available, and we still have Papa and the other wing, right? And we still have a solid midfield. Yeah. I think
Kishian Gordon.
Yeah, Kishian Gordon. So I don't think he'll be as talented as he was last season, but I think he'll still be extremely talented. He still have some young talents coming into the fro. I think he'll have to play more conventional. And if he plays more conventional, I think they can manage to get better results than. You know what? They won't come up against the journalists.
Yeah. I believe if even last year, had they been more conventional, I think Mona would have made it to the final.
Of course.
I feel like Mona.
And won the Manning Cup. Mona were the most talented team last season.
Mm-hmm. I honestly believe.
They had no excuse not to win the Manning Cup.
Yeah. And they will tell you that they were robbed by, the referee. Mm-hmm. You remember that semi-final game? A controversial one.
Yeah.
The JC did what they had to do.
Mona were too good.
Yeah.
Too much ball left it. It's so complicated.
Yeah. People are we that still in our first Manning Cup show. We gave you 40 minutes. They are just a chat.
We're gonna give them way more than 40 minutes.
We're gonna give them more people. The coverage will be more comprehensive this year. Look out for the Manning Cup team features. Look out for match day vlogs. Look out for live streams. Yeah. Far and wide are going this year.
If you don't see me, what me I do?
Work, Virgin. Work. You better know that. Anyways, if you like the video, don't forget to like the video. Leave a comment and subscribe to this side at Sports TV. And one more thing first though.
Share the video to at least 10 people to ensure to get us 6 subscribers, because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, you know, many subscribers will get us by the end of the day.
Holy. But for now, this was the side at Sports TV. Yo.